Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment on this video saying I subscribed. Let's get into it.
Hello everyone, this is Pratish Chaudhary, a writer and analyst at defensexp.com. Today at Military Times' own YouTube channel to share with you some information of the Tejas Mark2. So before learning about the Tejas Mark2, let us learn something about Tejas Mark 1A. So we all know that the modern history of the Tejas Mark 1 dates back to the 2015 report of the CAG, which quoted that the Tejas Mark 1 is an underpowered plane and is not being able to meet the requirement of the Indian Air Force. Then later ADA, HAL, DRDO, they all combined to propose an advanced variant of Tejas, which was Tejas Mark 1A. However, CAG report here also jumped in to announce that even Tejas Mark 1A can't fulfill the need of the IF. When the Cabinet Committee for Security cleared the deal of the 83 Tejas Mark 1A for the Indian Air Force, and the Tejas operated by the Indian Air Force would now be equal to the 123 units, which is a quite large number. So today in this video we are going to learn about Tejas Mark 2, its specifications, to its stealth features, to its engine, to its armament. So let us start by its design first. So the Tejas Mark 2 will have a close couple canards with a tailless delta wing design. Now the delta wing refers to the triangular shape of the wings, while the close couple canards help the aircraft to provide more lift, can work as air brakes, and that's why from Rafale M to Tedbef all have canards in their design. The canards makes planes more maneuverable, and the canards of the Tejas Mark 2 will be controlled by the fly-by-wire control system, which would make them very quick and hence enhancing the performance of the aircraft. Then in fact original Tejas, which was being designed in 1980s, was also meant to have canards, but it failed in wind tunnel testing because the flight surfaces at that time were not so developed. So now the tailless delta wings help the aircraft by providing it structural simplicity and providing it various aerodynamical advantages. But the one constraint for the delta winged aircraft is that provide adequate lift to the aircraft, the size of the wings are enlarged, which also enlarge the overall RCS of the aircraft. So then comes our engine. The engine used in the Tejas Mark 2 are the General Electric F414 GEINS6 engine, which according to the General Electric's official site is the most powerful engine of the General Electric F414 family, and hence they can generate a thrust of 120 kN or even more afterburner. But if you look at the stats at the Wikipedia, it will only quote that the maximum thrust would be of 98 kN. But the official site of the General Electric F414 says that this engine, which would be provided to India for its MK2 program, are the strongest of the General Electric F414 family. So until now, the strongest engine of the General Electric F414 family is of GE F414 EPE. EPE where stands for Enhanced Performance Engine, and it provides thrust of 120 kN. Hence, there exists the chances that the INS6 variant of F414, which will be used in Mark 2, will have even more thrust. Also, the General Electric F414 engine are one of the most reliable engines in the world, and the engine also have the capability to supercruise. Then comes your armament. We all know that a plane is not dangerous by its design or its advancement. It is dangerous by its armament, and Tejas MK2 is no exception. The Tejas MK2 is designed to carry a whole family of Astra missiles, which are Astra MK1, Astra MK2 and Astra MK3, along with the whole family of the anti-radiation missiles that are Rudram 1, Rudram 2, Rudram 3, along with many air-to-surface weapons like BrahMos NG, which would be a smaller version of the BrahMos, Spice 2000 bombs, Crystal Maze missile, the DRDO SAW, and in the close combat, the aircraft will carry ASRAM, which is the Advanced Short Range Air-to-Air Missile, with Astra IR, which is the infrared version of the Astra. Now you might think that the RCS of the Tejas Mark 2 would be too much because of its canards, because of its huge wings, because of its engine. The infrared signature would also be too much. But I tell you one thing, that are many steps taken to reduce the RCS of the Tejas Mark2 to a level which would be best of its class. So some of the steps that have been taken to reduce the RCS of the Tejas Mark2 are as follows. First, the Tejas Mark2 will have a layer of the indium tin oxide, which will also provide a golden color to the cockpit. This is done so that the radiation created by the helmet mounted display of the pilot don't make the chances of detection from the front fuselage of the aircraft. The indium tin oxide layer is also seen in F-22 Raptor, F-16, which gives a bit of golden color to the cockpits of this aircraft. Then the second step is the Y-shape air intake of the aircraft, which will keep the engine blades of the aircraft far from the electromagnetic waves of enemy's radar. Hence, the maximum amount of the electromagnetic waves reflected are from the engine's rims. However, in this Y-shaped air duct, the engines are hidden completely. Hence, the chances of detection also decrease. After that comes your another step which is taken to provide the stealth capabilities to the Tejas Mark II is usage of radar absorbent material, which would be developed for AMCA, which is the India's 5th generation fighter aircraft program. The usage very high usage of the composite material, and that's why the composite content in the Tejas Mark II would be even over 90%. And just for a comparison, the composite content in the Tejas Mark I, the Rafales, are just around 70%, which the composite makes the plane more efficient, more lighter, more durable, and less vulnerable to enemy's radar. And to decrease the infrared signature, we all know that, as told earlier, that the General Electric F414 engines are capable of super cruising. Hence, the pilot don't have to pull through whole afterburner for the aircraft to travel or cruise at the speed of sound, which also helps in decreasing the infrared signature significantly.